This is Ivar Kristoffersson with the Quantum Astrology report for October the 21st, 22nd and 23rd, 2017. The Sun, the 21st, will be at 28 degrees of Libra, and then 29 degrees the 22nd, and then 23rd of October the Sun will go into Scorpio. Here in Sweden at 7:30 in the morning AM. It's Central European time. The moon, the 23rd, when the Sun goes into Scorpio, will be at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. First, the moon will travel through Scorpio, the 21st and 22nd of October, emotional moon in the quantum rebirth of Scorpio. Interesting. We also have Mars. The 22nd here in Europe, Mars will go into Libra from Virgo, joining it's 10 degrees between, but Venus is in Libra. So Mars and Venus, the divine masculine, divine feminine, will be in the same sign. The sign of justice, fairness, quantum communication of Libra, where the Sun also will be until the 23rd. During this period, we have a finger of God in the chart, and that's Isis at 1 degree of Gemini. Isis is the Egyptian goddess, the queen of our life, and her king Osiris is the king of the underworld, ruled by Mars and Scorpio, Mars and Pluto and Scorpio also. Isis is connected with Venus. And Osiris is at 3 degrees of the quantum I am Aries. This is 60 degree or the 60 degree aspect between those two, a connection with possibilities and creation. And it's 60 degrees Isis and Osiris, and down there is Jupiter in the early Scorpio, and Mercury just has passed by. Jupiter will be at 2 degrees of Scorpio this period, and the Sun is coming up to this finger of God. So the outlet is the Jupiter in Scorpio, the expansion, the quantum knowledge planet Jupiter in the revealing under the whale, diving deep Scorpio. And Scorpio is, as Libra, all about relationships. The relationship with yourself as we make up our own reality, and the relationship with others. The deep connection in the relation with this period will be so much hidden knowledge will come forward and be transformed, transmuted, known in the public room and by us light bearers. So this is the quantum communication of the love, the Queen Isis in Gemini, and it's 1 degree of Gemini, that's the Pleiades. The biggest star in the Pleiades, Alcor, is at 0 degree of Gemini. So Isis transmits the message from Pleiades, and Osiris is with Mars and Pluto connection, and Osiris is in fact in opposition to Mars in the chart. And this is the sword of the king, cutting through the reality and making fairness and justice. We also have moon at 9 degrees of Sagittarius the 23rd. That is in conjunction with the royal fixed star Antares in opposition with the royal fixed star Aldebaran. And Antares is known as a stargate, a point to come to Earth and perhaps coming here without forgetting now this period. It's also said that many from the Andromeda galaxy comes via this stargate here. And Andromeda galaxy, that's 28 degrees of Aries, and there is Uranus. The Anno planet, the big enlightenment rebel, the freeing, the energy givers Uranus, the technology, etc. And driving with Andromeda codes the grand fire trine of rebirth, burning down and a growth from that. With North Node 21 degrees now in Leo, our royalness expression, and Saturn in that grand fire trine 24 degrees soon of Sagittarius, closing into the galactic center, our giant black hole in the Milky Way, in the middle of the Milky Way, transmitting also our reality codes to us. And dark moon Lilith is there also, 28 degrees of Sagittarius. That's more about the darkness, the shame, etc. that we have to see to come forward, to heal ourselves. And Saturn is aspected also by Chiron. It's a square to Chiron, an important close square. So our reality, our testing planet Saturn, is connected with the wounded healer in Pisces. Our spiritual wounds are up for a new healing period here. And we have Pluto now at 17 degrees exactly in Capricorn. It was retrograde, went back, come to 16 degrees, and then now is forward again and coming up to great times at 20 degrees of Sagittarius soon, 20 degrees of Capricorn. And Pluto, our soul, is now also in a square. It's a loose one, it's 9 degrees, but still it's a square to Uranus. That famous square that started around 2012, and that was a continuation, a cycle started with the conjunction, Pluto-Uranus conjunction in the 60s, the love revolution, and now is the crystalline, the revealing of the changeover period. You know, the Maya calendars ended 2012, and many people said nothing happens. A lot happens. It's after 2012, it's the changeover to our new reality, and it's now a period where there is no rulership over Earth. That's the war. The war is now about who is going to take charge again here on Earth. We, the human light mission, Starseeds, the light workers, or others, the dark forces. That's very interesting, really very interesting. So much happening, and I'm so glad that I'm here in this time frame and to be able to see it more and more with gratitude. All that happens, it's for awakening. It's a gift. And with that attitude, I release so much hidden fears, or I don't need to have the fears at all with that gratitude. So it's a new reality coming up for me, and it's tremendous, really tremendous. And it is for many here on Earth. So this square is the first change since the love revolution of our deep connection with Earth and with the cosmos. We have also this Saturn going over galactic center again. That's also so very blessed to Saturn, our quantum reality, our three-dimensional reality giver with Capricorn, for a new rebirth again, and now a much softer Saturn. When I take this as an event here, the Sun going into Scorpio, I see that the ascendant for that event is at Arcturus, speaker and Arcturus. And there's a message also here in this finger of God to Jupiter and Sun here. And for me, that message is about electromagnetic connection, the source, to drink a lot of water, to connect and to create, to say loud and clear, I create, I am my love, me and my family are well, we are connected, we are protected. Because this is needed in this time, connection and protection from within. To create, to quantum vibrate, to believe, to trust, no matter what, to do this. Because it's big times already, and it's coming up more and more. And it's about electromagnetic protection, electromagnetic connection, electromagnetic radiation. And I recommend protection. I have one on all my devices here from Aries Tech, an electromagnetic flower power protection nanotechnique that softens up the electromagnetic radiation from mobile computer router in your home, in my home. It's not very costly. And I recommend nighttime, have device-free bedroom, put your mine and your devices off during the night. Use an old alarm clock to get the free time. Be also a lot outside, connect with nature, silence, to be with yourself. And it's about this telepathic communication also that we need more and more, instead of the mobiles, the internet, the Wi-Fi's, etc. We have a wonderful world with connection, and it's a mirror of our inner possible connection if we trust that. But it's also used for mind controllers, for tracking us, and for making what's it called now? Are you making human robots? The AT technology, AI, artificial intelligence, and it's done by tracking us by mobiles and computers to learn more and more about us, and then to send out those. And they also are ETs on Earth that not are born here, that just take a human flesh suit and are with us. So discernment, and all of those are not enemies. I'm not saying that at all. I say that the reality is so much more than I and you ever could imagine. And there's also messages here. Pluto is coming up to this 20 degrees of Capricorn in a while. It's on 17 degrees of Capricorn, still in connection with Vega, the fixed star Vega, in opposition to the fixed star Sirius, Pluto. 20 degrees of Capricorn, that's the Pluto South Node. That's our soul origin, the planetary South Node. The Moon has South Nodes, but 20 degrees of Capricorn is the first human seeding on Earth around 4 billion years ago. And now it's a supernova has been there, and it's called M57, Messier 57. And the Pluto polarity North Node is at 20 degrees of Cancer. Our quantum home, our nurturing, our source, our water connection, what we need to be in our emotion and to manifest into the alchemical true Capricorn with care and love for everything. And this transformation is huge. So those who have birthdays around these degrees will be really affected, and we all are in many ways. And what I have felt and believe in is that other galaxies can, as Andromeda is said to be a little before us, but they are rather rare here. But of course, still, if time doesn't exist in higher dimension, you can travel with Stargate portals. It's not easy to travel between galaxies. But here on Earth, 4 billion years, and it started in Capricorn with the Lyra constellation and where M57 is now, and the Vega. And then there was a big invasion by the reptilians. So those humanoids, different forms, fled from the Lyra constellation to Pleiades, to Hyades, to Aldebaran, to speak out to other places in the Milky Way. And it's also like this, that a life form is seeded on a planet. And there are many planets, or only in Milky Way, there are thousands, 10,000 of planets with life, more or less evolved. It's seeded, and then it takes around 500,000, 1 million years for evolution of that life form. And then the life form can free itself, as we are doing now in our ascension, as the Pleiades who seeded us has done already, and they are coming from the future, because here it's a big healing about the Atlantis fall, and also in this time things can go both very good or very bad. So they are interested in us and in their future. And our grandparents was fixed star Sirius, and then more and more ancient back to the Lyra Vega constellation. So that's the origin. And then what happens here on Earth? Jupiter and Scorpio, the Anunnakis, 4 of the reptiles, in one Anu, the empire, and his sons, Enki and Enlil. His sons were given Earth to Enlil was the ruler of air and became the gods of many religions and the starship portals, etc. Enki was the designer of the human DNA, instead of the original 12 stranded, he made 2 stranded, but he encoded it to an ascension at this time through mythology from different sources. His main laboratory was in east of Africa, but Atlantis was his project, and when we make images, we limit things. It's not like our linear brain can imagine these times. It was real, it was crystals. They worked in Atlantis with that part, absolutely. And with healing modalities, and much was revealed in the age of Virgo for us to use now, Reiki, for example. But our linear mind can't imagine the time. The time is also set up by the Anunnakis, and Anunnakis can live for millions of years. So our life here is a very, very brief, short time in there, but we are very important for them for many reasons, for the resources, for the gold, etc. But also, if we can free ourselves, that will send a shock wave of light in the whole universe, because the Anunnakis is not only here, they are on many places in the universe, especially in this corner, and they are master builders, and they are coming like gods from heaven because they can travel through dimensions, and they are in many ways highly evolved, but they are very hard and emotionally cold, and they are a caste system with hierarchy. They are dominating. They use their power to dominate. And even in their great powerness, their time is over now. And they know it, and they are desperate. So they will do everything, and they do everything right now to mind control and to send us into continuous fear. So that's why we need to meet everything with gratitude, to free ourselves, to quantumly create. And that what was Enkis' gift to us, to humanity of light, that we have a hidden possibility to do this work now in this time. And we starseeds are coming here because the Galactic Federation of Light wants an integration of the Anunnakis to learn humanity, because they are so limited and so stuck in their domination. So this is important times for the whole universe. The Earth, the blue pearl, is the turning point. So by this, I end this Sun into Scorpio message from me, and I hope you take very good care of yourself. And thank you very much for listening. I give Starseed readings. I give Natal Progressive and Draconic readings also, so please contact me, see details below. And thank you very much for being on Earth in this time of ascension and biggest change ever. Thank you very much. Bye bye.